Hey, yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy, that MF. We back with another MFing video. Shouts out to my MFing gang. I know I said I wasn't gonna make this a Harry Mack channel, but god damn it, he's out giving out the codes. I gotta react to it, bro. I gotta react to it. He's giving out all the juice right now, son. So, I gotta listen to this. Sorry if you want more than just Harry Mack on the channel, but we gotta figure this thing out, and he's had to get better at freestyle rapping, bro. And some people want me to react to it, bro. And apparently, I think he might be in here rapping, bro. I mean, he ain't gonna leave and not drop jewels. I just watched the last video, and I was like, we need a talk show. We definitely need a talk show. Let's see what's going on, man. Let's see what he's talking about, because I'm here to study. I'm here to figure out what's going on. I'm in school right now, and y'all watching me in school, and I hope that's what you're here for too. So let's get it.
I'm working on setup, punchline with no filler. And I'm focused on that.
That's crazy.
So either I'm gonna accomplish the setup punchline with no filler, or I'm gonna go and try to reset on the next one. What's up, y'all? Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. This is gonna be a little different than what I normally do, because this is not going to be a performance as much as it's going to be a window into, you know, a typical Harry Mack freestyle practice session.
Okay.
Not to just talk about myself in third person real quick, but I just did. So
did.
What can I say? It's documented. But no, this is how I like to practice and work on things. And you know, the first thing is you know, we got to talk about what is the difference between practice and a performance. A lot of people are confused about this, understandably. You know, I was confused about it at a certain time in my life too. You know, I've been playing music since I was 7 years old, so I was taught from an early age what it means to actually practice. And even then, there's levels to understanding what it means to actually practice. And certainly my conception of practice when I was 7 is much different and less mature than my conception of practice now, or even my conception of practice when I was in high school, college level, post-college, right? I've been playing the drums since I was in 5th grade, and I actually went to college to study jazz as a drummer. So I was constantly practicing and reassessing what it means to actually practice and work strategically at your weaknesses to improve, which is something that doesn't only apply to music, right? It applies to life in general. We all practice all the time to try to improve ourselves, or at least we should. Level 4 hype train at 81%. Let's go! Go is what I meant to say. Wrong button. Thank y'all. Y'all are going crazy. Let's go. So what is the difference between practice and a performance, just at the basic level, right? You know, the great jazz saxophonist Charlie Parker, who is considered, you know, probably the greatest jazz musician to ever live, the inventor of, in many ways, of the bebop language, which came to define everything that happened in jazz, you know, from the 1940s onward. Charlie Parker said something to the effect of, I'm paraphrasing, something to the effect of, you know, practice your scales, practice your arpeggios, and then forget all that bullshit and just play, right? And that's not exactly how, but it was something very similar to that. So what did he mean by that? He meant that when you're in the practice room, you're working in a very strategic way, right? You're setting up certain parameters. You're working on specific goals with a specific aim in mind, right? But when you go out on that stage to perform, you're letting go of all of those specific goals. You're letting go of all of those scales and arpeggios and methodical, you know, calculated things that you've worked on in the practice room, and you're just letting it all kind of amalgamate in your heart and in your soul and come out through the instrument, right? So practice your scales, practice your chords, and then forget all that shit and just play. That basically sums it up right there. I mean, I think that actually Charlie Parker pretty much got us all the way there. You know, when you're practicing, you're working towards a specific goal methodically, right? You're usually making a lot more mistakes because, you know, you're focusing in on a particular goal. On the other hand, when you're performing, you're less likely to make mistakes per se, because if you start to go in a direction where you're uncomfortable, you're just going to change directions and do something that you are comfortable with. Right? Does that make sense? So, another thing I used to say to my students all the time was, if you want to sound great, you have to be 100% willing to sound bad, right? Because when you're practicing, you're not always going to sound great. Right? Because you're working at things that you can't quite do yet. You're working at things that you haven't mastered yet. And you can always tell the difference. I remember in music school, I would sometimes listen. We had this shared drum practice room. All the drummers in music school had their drum sets set up in this one big room that we all had to share. So we would try to schedule it out, and all right, so-and-so is going to be in here from 1 to 3. I'm going to try to get in right after him. Or, a lot of times it was like, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. so I can get in there and practice before anybody else and kind of stake my claim in the room. So, it was cool. We all had to learn how to work together and compromise and share that space. But when you were sitting outside waiting to get in there, you could always tell if somebody was playing or practicing. If they were playing, they sounded really, really great, right? If they were practicing, it sounded like they were working something out. So today we're going to try to, work some things out. This is an experiment. I've never done one of these before, so y'all are here for the debut. Welcome. All right, so first thing I'm going to work on before I drop this, set up punchline, right? So this is a freestyle technique, set up punchline. I've talked about it a lot. The way it works is you target a word, right? In this case, I would target the word network. I'm using random word generator, by the way, because it makes this very simple when you're practicing. You're only looking to one place on the screen for the word, and it gives you the word in plain English, right? Right. If somebody holds this up, if I'm rapping about everything I can see and somebody holds this up, first of all, I have to choose to rap about this thing they're holding up. I could also choose to rap about this other thing that somebody else is holding up. Or I could choose to rap about something in the corner I can see. So there's more of a choice that has to be made in terms of where I'm focusing my attention and what I'm going to rap about. And that takes up some of your mental RAM. Just deciding what you're going to rap about when you're looking around.
He even describes his brain as a piece of AI computer part. Bro, he's AI.
Takes up some of your mental RAM, right? So on top of that, another layer to it is now I have to choose what I'm going to call this. Am I going to rhyme with water bottle? Am I going to rhyme with hydration? Am I going to rhyme
mental
with drinking? Sipping?
Damn, did he
H2O,
say mental RAM?
Liquid?
Exactly.
Container, right? This can be a million different things. It's not clear exactly what it is that I'm going to be targeting. So again, that takes even more mental RAM, right? Not only do I have to look around and select what I'm going to rap about, but now I have to also choose from a long list of options what I'm going to call it. Now, it's most obviously a water bottle, so maybe that just dawns on you quickly and you commit. But still, it doesn't say water bottle written on it, right? So you have to use a little bit extra mental RAM to decide what you're going to call it. Yeah, and we're leading rappers to the slaughter while we're drinking the water. And we're going full throttle while we're sipping the bottle. But that's a given, so I didn't want to waste too much time on that.
Okay, practice.
Okay, so the first technique is set up punchline. The way it works, I target the word. In this case, it would be soul.
Hold up, run that back.
But that's a given, so I didn't want to waste too much slaughter.
Run that back.
While we're drinking the water. To decide what you're going to call it. Yeah, and we're leading rappers to the slaughter while we're drinking the water. And we're going full throttle while we're sipping the bottle. But that's a given, so I didn't want to waste too much time on that. Okay, so the first technique is set up punchline. The way it works, I target the word. In this case, it would be soul, right? I put it at the end of my rhyming couplet, right? A rhyming couplet is just 2 lines that end with a rhyming sound. So very simply would be, yo, I'm about to do a little rhyme. This is something that I practice all the time, right? First line, yo, I'm about to do a little line. Or, yo, I'm about to do a little rhyme. Second line, yo, this is something that I do all the time. That's a rhyming couplet, very basically, right? It's the most basic way that we can put, rhyming lyrics together or rhyming poetry together. This shit dates back to like Shakespeare and stuff like that. All right, so rhyming couplet. We're going to target the word, and we're not going to say it at the end of the first line. No, we're not going to burn it up and waste it at the beginning. We're going to put it at the end of the second line. Why? Because whatever goes at the end of the second line is going to be the most impactful thing that we say. We're building up to end with this final rhyming connection. The end of the second line is the moment that it rhymes. Not only that, it's the moment that you incorporate the random word, thus revealing that you're actually improvising, right? It's a massive power position. Anything you put at the end of line 2 is going to be explosive no matter what. Proof of that, anytime you watch a freestyle on Sway or Funk Flex or wherever you're watching a freestyle online, whatever, if you pay attention to when people react and go, oh, right? It's almost always, 99% of the time, after what's said on line 2 of the couplet. Very rarely would it be, after what's said on line 1. unless they said something.
And it seemed like a lot of times it's because a lot of people are able to do that, are able to rhyme the second bar with the first bar. You know, it's kind of unique, and then for it to come off as a freestyle, even if it's not a freestyle, for it to come off as a freestyle is also dope. But now it's more about the bars. What we here for?
So insanely crazy in line one that it warranted a reaction before there was even a rhyme, right?
Yeah.
That would very rarely happen. You can say whatever you want in line one, right? Yo, I pulled up on a purple giraffe. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm playing. I just said that shit to make you laugh. Oh, right? Even in that case, in that silly example,
Right.
It gives you enough satisfaction to feel like, oh, that's the moment where it rhymes and it made sense and it culminated with that make you laugh.
This
right?
man is
That's why
goated.
we're not going to put the target word at the end of line one. We're going to save it and put it at the end of line two in a really strong power position. We're going to quickly work backwards to set up something that rhymes with soul. Right? That could be a lot of things. Pole. Every time I rhyme, they know I got the pole. People about to feel these lyrics up in their soul. That's a very basic example of a setup punchline couplet based on this word soul.
I got the pole though.
Y'all with me?
Oh,
All right, this is going to be educational too. This is dope. Not only am I just, it's really, I guess, less of a practice session and more of like an educational session based on the types of things that I practice. So a lot of times the setup line will contain some sort of filler phrase like, hey, yo, it's Harry Mack, or hey, yo, check it, or this is how we do it, right? Or whatever, something that doesn't really mean that much or assert that much, but allows me the time needed to finish setting that up and then get to the punchline, which is really the important part. So you'll end up with, hey, yo, it's Harry Mack. Y'all know I'm in control. Every time I'm spitting, I'ma bring it from the soul. Hey, yo, it's Harry Mack. Y'all know I'm catching mad wreck. Every time I'm spitting, they be loving every aspect. Hey, yo, it's Harry Mack. I'm dropping all the intellect. I hit you right on. I never do it indirect. Hey, yo, check it. I'm out here, boss.
Okay, yeah, that second bar. In fact, that second bar is crazy.
Mad rag.
Crazy.
Every time I'm spitting, they be loving every aspect. Hey, yo, it's Harry Mack. I'm dropping all the intellect. I hit you right on. I never do it indirect. Hey, yo, check it. I'm out here bossing. H Mack copping lyrics from out the auction. Right? So in all of those cases, the very first thing I said each time I pulled up a new word was either, hey, yo, it's Harry Mack, which I became very famous for in the beginning. Right? And still do sometimes.
Right.
Or I think I said, hey, yo, check it. Another one I hear myself saying a lot is, I'm on another plane, which became a filler phrase, right? These filler phrases come and go. You invent new ones, and they accidentally get stuck in there and start happening too often. It's not the worst thing. It's not the end of the world. Filler phrases are kind of a natural part of real, like,
how you ain't mentioned the crazy flim? You ain't be watching the reactions, bro. You know I be catching you, bruh, Harry. You know I be catching your fillers, bro. If you trying to find the fillers, this is the place to go.
Improvised freestyling. You need a mental breath sometimes. So sometimes you have to say shit that is just filling up space and keeping the flow continuous. So it's not the end of the world, but we're practicing. We're focusing on weaknesses. We're trying to get better. So right now, I'm going to attempt, I'm doing what I'm feeling, right, one time. But when I'm practicing, I'm trying to reduce the filler as much as possible, which is very challenging because you leave yourself almost no room for a mental breath. So we're going to see how it goes. What I'm going to attempt to do is, goddamn, and they had to give me like the 6-syllable word. All right, Ferry. So I'm going to attempt to extract like some actual content.
What was that word?
What I'm going to attempt to do is, goddamn, and they had to give me like the 6-syllable word. All right, Ferry. So I'm going to attempt to extract like some actual content, not just from the punchline word, but from the setup word as well. I hope I'm not getting too technical and losing everybody, but you know, you always pull some kind of content from Ferry, right?
Right.
My flows sound magical just like a fairy, but you don't usually do it from the setup. You just say some filler shit. Hey, yo, it's Harry Mack. My freestyles vary. All of my lyrics are magical like a fairy. Well, what if I was able to pull and extract some actual content from the setup word vary, V-A-R-Y, as well? Different every time. My freestyles vary. All of my lines are magical like a fairy. Now we're getting to the point where, you know, it's basically, it's written bars, but it's happening on the fly, right? So that's my goal. And we're going to try this. Enough talk, man. I've been talking forever. Shout out to everybody watching this right now, man. Thank y'all so much for being here.
This man don't like talking.
This is the type of shit we're going to do on Twitch. Baby, let's get it. So let me drop the beat. Set up punchline with the goal of reducing filler as much as possible. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Notice I'm gonna switch the flow up a lot less. I'm not thinking about flow. I'm thinking about one specific technique, right? All you rappers are bored, stepping in the session just to settle the score. It's like they stabbed me in the chest with a knife. These rappers killing me. I gotta hold the game in my hands. Responsibility, throw you in the garbage. All you artists.
Wait. What? Wait. Hold up.
Are bored, stepping in the session just to settle the score. It's like they stabbed me in the chest with a knife. These rappers killing me. I gotta hold the game in my hands. Responsibility.
So I step. It's like these rappers stab me in the chest with a knife. It's like they're killing me. Okay.
They stabbed me in the chest with a knife. These rappers killing me. I gotta hold the game in my hands. Responsibility. Throw you in the garbage. All you artists more trash. Mack about to reign supreme. Check the forecast. They could study, but they couldn't do what I do. I be flying over heads like a bird's eye view. Right where my feet hit the ground, that's where I stand. Yeah, at attention, I'ma hold your command. I be on stage, mic in my palm.
At attention, I'ma hold your command. At attention, I'ma hold your command. Bro. This ain't practice no more, bro. It's perfected now.
What I do, I be flying over heads like a bird's eye view. Right where my feet hit the ground, that's where I stand. Yeah, at attention, I'ma hold your command. I be on stage, mic in my palm, I will perform. You rappers embarrassing, you nothing but corn. Hit you like a missile, I'm spitting them projectiles. Kick you out the area, y'all are in exile. Get into the paper, grab the bag, get the loot. Every time that I be flowing, I be growing like some fruit. Like an animal.
Get the bag, get the loot. I think I heard that before. Get the bag, get the loot. I think I heard that one before. I think that's a filler bar. But he just
mic in my palm, I will perform. You rappers embarrassing, you nothing but corn. Hit you like a missile, I'm spitting them projectiles. Kick you out the area, y'all are in exile. Get into the paper, grab the bag, get the loot. Every time that I be flowing, I be growing like some fruit. Like an animal, the way I'm busting out the cage. I could do it in the booth, I can bring it to the stage. People wanna feel my vibe and peep my essence. I'm about to wrap this up just like a present. With the game I be flirting. Check the way I put it together with perfect wording. That was a moment I wanted to say, hey yo, it's Harry Mack. Right? I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
Alright, check it. Give me the injection in my arm, cause I'm sick. I'ma build the foundation, so check the way we laying bricks. When I flow, y'all know that I grow like a tumor. Rappers got me cracking up, it's straight humor. Throw my flows in the U-Haul, it's time to move. Getting better on the daily, we gonna improve. I be bending over, leaning, I be off kilter. I speak my mind freely, I don't even got a filter. Give me the first place, blue ribbon, cause I'm winning. And it's been that way since the beginning. Shining like the solar, I'm up there with the stars. Crush a rapper in the red dust like Mars. I don't need to write it, I recite it off the mental. I gotta have a skill set, that much is essential. The cup is never half empty, mine is half full. AKA I'm positive while chasing my goals. Rappers, I'm about to kill them, they gon' meet their fate. Like your grandfather's father, y'all know that I'm great.
Wow.
How the fuck could they ever claim that he's not hot? Cause I listen to your flow, I'm about to eavesdrop. Ay, like the
Hey, listen to the flow saying he's not hot. I mean, the case. I mean, just embrace the great, bro. Just
out to kill them, they gon' meet their fate. Like your grandfather's father, y'all know that I'm great. How the fuck could they ever claim that he's not hot? Cause I listen to your flow, I'm about to eavesdrop. Ay, like the Nile River when I flow, my levels stay high, I ain't never been low. Yo, my freestyles make you holler. Shout to Mikey Yeezus, just gave me $100, let's go. I be hurting y'all just like a blister. Yo, the track's my sibling just like a sister. Put you in the last position cause you about to lose. Making your selection, I'm the one you about to choose. I don't need no glasses, but
and typically we're used to hearing Harry expound a little bit on the beat, but then when he does his lives, I want to say it's like Wednesday lives or something like that. he'll read the comment and rap. The man is well versed everywhere, bro. It's just wild.
But I see it truly clear, I be blowing up.
And the Amigo bars, he gets the word and expounds on the word, add different schemes with the word, and just shows how many different ways you can use the word, while other people is just more than likely just saying the word. It doesn't even have to really, excuse me, it doesn't really have to like go with the scheme or anything. Harry is making it happen. That's crazy.
And I'm the one you about to choose. I don't need no glasses, but I see it truly clear. I be blowing up, mushroom clouds, flow is nuclear. My whole soul's what I give. Gotta breathe these lyrics and that's just how I live. Like the waiter at the restaurant, Max at your service. I don't make no mistakes, cause my flow it is perfect. I'm about to give you the gist. Hey, I'm about to read these lyrics off of the list. It's like that, y'all. Woo. All right, we're gonna take a mental break. Okay.
He almost said Harry.
All right.
Okay.
Y'all fucking with me?
Yeah.
You see what's going on here, right?
Hell yeah.
All right, so something was happening while I was doing that. A lot more than, you would see it happen in like the live stream tonight, which is the performance, right? I'm practicing for the performance. Every time. Right? We're constantly practicing for the performance. Even if we don't have a gig booked or you don't have a stream on the calendar, or you don't know when the performance is going to happen necessarily, but we're practicing every day so that when the performance opportunity comes up, we're ready, right? Imagine if I hadn't been practicing every day when they said, do you want to freestyle next to Kendrick Lamar? I would have been terrified. I was terrified regardless, but I probably wouldn't have shown up.
That's dope.
Side note on the importance of practice. So what is the thing that was happening more just there? So, side note on the terrified. I was terrified regardless every day when they said, do you want to freestyle next to Kendrick? Comes up, we're ready, right? Imagine if I hadn't been practicing so that when the performance opportunity comes up, we're ready, right? Imagine if I hadn't been practicing every day when they said, do you want to freestyle next to Kendrick Lamar? I would have been terrified. I was terrified regardless, but I probably wouldn't have shown up.
Right.
So, side note on the importance of practice. So, what is the thing that was happening more just there than would have been happening tonight in the performance? I was going, right? I was making mistakes, right? In those moments, I wanted to use a filler phrase, right? Because I didn't have an idea. I just didn't have an idea. I didn't get the idea in time. You're not always going to have an idea in time, right? When we're doing this shit live with a beat, it's like we put the clock on the chess game. Right? We can't take as long as we want to come up with what we're going to say. We only have a very short amount of time to come up with what we're going to say so that it can be in the pocket and land in rhythm. We're practicing so that we can always have that idea at the ready. But of course, at times we're going to fall short of that.
True.
Right?
True.
So normally, if that were to happen during a performance, I would just go off on some other shit, cover it up, right? A big part of performing as an improviser is knowing how to cover your mistakes up by turning them into something else.
And follow up. Keep it going. Don't even acknowledge the mistake. That's what he is the GOAT at. You know what I mean? At everything, actually. All right, let's finish this video, man.
So as an example, if I was trying while I was performing, if I was kind of locked into this setup punchline and not really having any filler, but it came to a part where I didn't have an idea, I might just go switch the flow and start doing some crazy rhythmic shit, right? So that'd be like, rocking on the beat. When it comes to lyrics, man, they know I'm so discreet. I be in it and I win it, never timid. Mack about to go off, the flow bars, the lyrical show off, the hits you.
Hold up.
It and I win it, never timid. The lyrics, man, they know I'm so discreet. I be in it and I win it, never timid. Mack about to go off, the flow bars, the lyrical show off. They hit you hard when I'm improving. Hey, now peace to the people who be getting with my movement. Getting cleaner, I change your whole demeanor. Right, so I started doing crazy shit. I started flipping the flow, saying changing my voice up, creating melodies. All really, really dope shit, right? Like that stuff is awesome. That's like essential. You have to practice that too, right? Flows and melodies.
Cadence,
So I'm not saying that shit is whack. In fact, that's one of the best parts of I guess my style, right? Or whatever. I mean, I think that's one of the coolest parts. But we're practicing something specific right now. So I'm not allowing myself to go into that, right? I'm working on setup, punchline with no filler. And I'm focused on that. So either I'm going to accomplish the setup punchline with no filler, or I'm going to go and try to reset on the next one. But I'm not going to allow myself to go into, evacuation mode or go off on something else, and start switching the flow and doing all that fun, funky stuff.
I was just about to say a cadence switch. Damn, because the cadence switches, I see. So when he don't know where to keep going with that same flow, he'll do a cadence switch. He do cadence switches a lot. Okay.
That's for another practice session, right? Maybe tomorrow I want to work on my flows and my cadences and my melodies and how to get really funky on a beat. And that's a whole other world that can be explored, but we're not in that world right now. And again, that's the difference between practice and performance.
Pick your practice.
I'm practicing something specific to get better at one isolated part of the technique. Right? That's essential. You have to break it into isolated pieces. If I can master setup punchline with no filler, like to a black belt 9-degree level, right? If I can master that one piece, it's going to make my whole style so much stronger, right? But if every time I sit down to practice it, I allow myself to go off on rhythmic, freaky stuff, or I allow myself to go into storytelling, or I allow myself to go into a lot of filler bars that are just kind of already in my brain, it's cool. I'll sound good. I'll have fun. I'll feel good about myself. Yeah, I'm dope, man. I never mess up. But I'm not actually getting better, right? And that's why even streaming, well, I might be getting a little better, right? But the progression will be very slow.
Yeah, true.
Right? So what we're trying to do, we're not trying to improve at a snail's pace. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right, so let's try it again. I'm going to finish out this beat. Same goal. Setup, punchline, but we're trying to have no filler on the setup side, as little as possible. We're trying to extract actual content on the setup side. Let's get it. Yeah. Come on, hey, CEO of Freestyles. It's a boss thing, running y'all down like it was Animal Crossing. Make them yell out, Jesus Christ, my gosh. I be on stage, I'm the one that y'all watch. Rappers got me snoring when they rapping, yo, they Boris. I be looking overhead, see the whole forest.
They Boris. Okay, I be looking overhead, seeing the whole forest.
Rappers got me snoring when they rapping, yo, they Boris. I be looking overhead, see the whole forest. Make it happen real quick, that's in a hurry. I'm judging all you rappers like a member of the jury. My lyrics hard like granite or an erection. Y'all out of line, I'm making me a...
My lyrics hard like granite or an erection? Wow. Wow.
The jury, my lyrics hard like granite or an erection. Y'all out of line, I'm making me a correction. Greatest off the top, what I always been, y'all.
Y'all out of line, I'm making me a correction.
All out of line, I'm making me a correction. Greatest off the top, what I always been, y'all. Kinda like my brain has some hard drive installed. Never falling off my freestyle mission. I'm a great rapper and in addition, also a great human. My story I be telling it. I'm working on the daily for the freestyle development. They will open up their hearts cause they loving me. Mack rapping, I'm making mad discoveries. I said they open up their hearts and give me love. Never hating on me and they never hold a grudge. I heard you spit the verse, I said that rap was cute, but my lyrics gon' get you twisted like the absolute. I don't need to write it down, I'd rather do it off the brain. I'll be here forever, kinda like a permanent stain. All up in this rhyme scheme I maintain, cause it just so happened to rhyme with entertain. Write it like it was a freestyle report. Got you staying late like we at the resort. Now river flows, that's the way it goes. Mack, lyric like a ball when I throw. Might get twisted, then I'm rapping bent, but had to cut the liquor out, too many accidents. They could wear a mask, I ain't scared of them.
Had to cut the liver out, too many accidents. I mean the liquor.
I had to cut the liquor out, too like a ball when I throw. Might get twisted, then I'm rapping bent, but had to cut the liquor out, too many accidents. They could wear a mask, I ain't scared of them. I'ma save the day, kinda like a heroine. I be winning in the battle. I go deep with the oceanic, y'all are shallow. All up in my head where the rain's formed. I'm about to hit you with the brainstorm. Kinda like a creek or river, how I flow. I'm like a yellow caution sign, y'all gotta drive slow. Rappers better pay attention, mind your biz. I'm about to show all of y'all what it is. Shout to Yuck Mouth, raiding with the party 27. Mack, I be sending rappers straight to heaven. I ain't just got one, y'all, I got hella zones. Lyrically, I stay connected like a telephone. There's no way they could compete with my niceness. You can't ride the fence, man, you gotta be decisive. Rapping in this country, but I'm scared for the nation.
You can't be on the fence. You cannot be on the fence. You have to be dedicated. Commitment. What I say earlier in this video. Commitment. You know what I mean?
You can't ride the fence, man, you gotta be decisive. Reppin' in this country, but I'm scared for the nation. We need less hatred and more real creation. Vomiting over tracks because I'm sick. Rolling with a chick, she look thick. Come on, we get swaggy on it, y'all know how we do. H-Mack, yo, I'm leaving rappers blue. Ah, see, H-Mack, yo, the ultimate filler. All right. Yes, indeed, the practice session is in full effect. Hey, yeah, there's that air horn. We're making mistakes, but we're embracing the mistakes. We're celebrating the mistakes. All right, so
yeah, a few fillers in there.
Does that are y'all following me on that? Are y'all messing with me on that? The setup punchline, trying to reduce the filler as much as possible.
Yeah.
On the setup. On the setup side.
On the setup
right?
side, right.
So that's what we're all about. That's something that I love to practice. And again, I told you, like I said, this is more of like an educational, me explaining my practice philosophy and the types of things that I work on. If I was actually just by myself in my room, not talking to you guys on stream, you know, just like in my space, in my sacred space practicing, I would work on that a lot longer. Probably just half an hour just working on that, right?
Okay.
And again, it's about isolating the individual pieces.
Yeah.
Right? It's about isolating the individual pieces of the technique.
True.
And working them, right? And until you can really get in the zone with it. Yo, what's up, guys?
So, shout out to my man Mack for that, man. So, if you're trying to get into rap, trying to get into freestyle rap, right? First thing I'm gonna start doing, finding words and just rhyming that word with other words, you know. Like jewelry, fury, brewery. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to figure out the words that rhyme with that certain word, just so you can have a memory bank to revert to when you need, you know, to know. So, you know, just go, I guess, alphabetically, kind of just pick out an A word, rhyme that A word with different words, and figure out, okay, I can rhyme this word, like all these words rhyme with, you know, acupuncture or Apollo or something, you know what I'm saying? So that's a good way to start. And then you just have to pick out different, like, and then next you work on the actual punchline, work on the concept, the meaning, and then work on storytelling. And then, you know, just pick different things to practice on. Don't try to practice on freestyle as a whole. And whenever you do a practice, 30 minutes. The goal says 30 minutes, so that's what we're gonna do, 30 minutes. So, holla at your boy, man. Catch you on the next video. I got a lot of homework to do. I got a lot of practice to do. I might practice on stream at some time. I don't know. I gotta set up this webcam. I want to get a better webcam. No shade to the other one. It's just the quality isn't the same, and it just doesn't feel the same, you know? Not with the... Well, as you can tell, my camera has died on me. So, I'm going to holler at you on the next video. I am going to do what I said I was going to do, which was practice and all that jazz. And, yeah. Just picture me, you know, throwing the deuces up. Alright, later.